Hello, English learners. Welcome to English Learning Hub. My name is Liam.
And I'm Maya.
In this episode, we'll discuss about jobs and job search strategies.
Keep in mind that the target vocabulary in this podcast is shown in blue color.
Yes, and we'll explain their meanings at the end of this podcast. Let's begin.
First, let's talk about some job search strategies.
Great. Let's start with resumes. What's your secret to making a resume stand out?
Oh, the classic resume question. I'd say focus on your achievements more than just listing tasks. Use action verbs and numbers to highlight what you've accomplished. And definitely tailor your resume to each job you're applying for. How about you? What's your approach?
I keep it clean and straightforward, ensuring the key points are easy to find. Now, on to networking. What's your take on that?
Networking is huge. It's not just about handing out business cards. LinkedIn is fantastic for making connections, and attending industry events can be really useful. Have you had any luck with those?
Definitely. LinkedIn has been a lifesaver, and I've met some great people at industry events. What do you think about job boards and company websites?
I think a mix is the way to go. You can use general job boards like Indeed, but also check out specific sites related to your field. And don't forget to visit company websites. They often post job openings there first.
Totally agree. And one more thing. Have you tried using personal projects to boost your job search?
Yes, personal projects are awesome. They're a great way to show off your skills and build a portfolio. If you're into tech or creative fields, they can really set you apart.
Nice tip. Also, job search apps can be a game changer. Apps like Glassdoor or ZipRecruiter can send you job alerts and make the whole process smoother.
Absolutely. And joining professional groups or associations can be really helpful too. They offer networking opportunities and sometimes have exclusive job listings.
Great additional strategies. Good luck with your job search, everyone.
We hope these tips help you land your next job.
Now let's listen to 5 people describing their jobs.
I'm Sarah, and I teach kindergarten. Every day in my classroom feels like a new adventure with my little ones. Their excitement for learning is absolutely contagious, and it's amazing to watch them discover new things. Of course, there are tough moments, like when they're having a rough day or when I'm trying to get them to focus. But when I see their faces light up with understanding, it makes all the hard work worth it. Being part of their journey and watching them grow is truly fulfilling.
I'm Mark, and I work as a software developer. I love diving into problems and figuring out how to make things work better. It's like solving a tricky puzzle, and when I finally crack it, I feel a huge sense of accomplishment. Some days are incredibly frustrating, especially when bugs just won't go away or solutions seem out of reach. But seeing a project come together and knowing it might make someone's life a little easier is what keeps me going.
My name is Emily. I'm a nurse, and my job is both demanding and deeply rewarding. It can be really tough dealing with sick patients and their anxious families, but it's also incredibly meaningful. I treasure the moments when I can provide comfort or a bit of encouragement to someone who's struggling. It's emotionally draining sometimes, but knowing I'm making a real difference in people's lives is what makes it all worthwhile. Each day brings its own set of challenges, but also chances to care for others in a meaningful way.
I'm John, and I'm a chef in a busy restaurant. Cooking is my passion, and being in the kitchen feels like where I'm meant to be. I love the thrill of creating dishes that people enjoy and seeing their happy reactions when they taste something special. It's a lot of hard work, especially during the dinner rush, but turning fresh ingredients into something that brings joy to others is magical. The creativity and camaraderie with my team make all the effort worth it.
I'm Sonia, and I'm an office manager. My job involves a lot of juggling and problem solving, which can be stressful, especially when deadlines are tight or unexpected issues pop up. But I find a real sense of satisfaction in keeping things organized and making sure everything runs smoothly. I take pride in helping my colleagues by clearing obstacles and making their work easier. Even though my role is often behind the scenes, knowing that I'm contributing to the team's success is really rewarding for me.
Now listen to a man talking about a kind of job he would love to do and one he would hate.
Well, one job I've always dreamed about is being a travel writer. I mean, basically because I like traveling and I like going around the world, and I'd like to have an excuse to do it and someone to pay me to do it if possible. And I think I would be pretty good at it because, well, I'm pretty sociable and I like to think I can write, and I'm good at living out of a suitcase and living cheap. And it seems to be a wonderful way of seeing the world. I mean, I don't actually know anybody who does it, but I've always kind of envied people like the late Mark Dawson, who had a television show that took him all around the world. And he seemed to have such a wonderful time. But I have occasionally had to read travel books, and some of them are amazing. And some you definitely get the impression that they've been sent there by their publisher to do a travel book about Patagonia, or whatever it is, and nothing much has happened, but they still have to write the book. So you get kind of a boring book sometimes, and I guess that might be a drawback, that you'd feel you had to write a book even if you had nothing to say. Well, what I'd really hate to do is any kind of job on a production line, any kind of real drudge work where there's really no kind of mental input at all, but you're just repeating the same task again and again and again. And I think that would probably drive me insane. I have done something kind of like it. When I was about 18, I worked in a plastics factory to earn some money for a couple of months. And I remember I went in the dark, and I came out in the dark because it was winter. So I never saw the light of day. It was about a 10-hour day, paid almost nothing. We had half an hour for lunch, and the noise of the machines was so loud that you could shout at the top of your lungs, and the person next to you couldn't hear you. And the smell of plastics filled the air, and it was absolutely disgusting. The only advantage was that it was so loud that you could actually sing at the top of your lungs and nobody could hear. So I spent a lot of my day singing to myself, which I really enjoyed.
Let's listen to Jack's first day on his first job in the maintenance department of a large factory. Brad Hogg, who has worked there for 20 years, is showing Jack around.
All right, son. Any questions?
Oh, yeah. Where can I leave my jacket and things?
There's a row of lockers over there. It doesn't matter which one you use. Take whichever one you want.
Oh, thanks. And I have my social security card. They told me to bring it. Who should I show it to?
Just take it up to personnel. You can show it to whoever is there.
When can I do that?
It really doesn't matter. Go whenever you want to, whenever it's convenient.
Okay. Oh, another thing, Brad. And where can I park my motorcycle?
There's plenty of room in the parking lot. Just don't put it in a space that's reserved. Other than that, you can leave it wherever there's room. Come on, I'll show you where you'll be working. In here. That's your workbench, and your stool is here. Just watch me at first and do whatever I tell you, okay?
Okay.
First of all, you can clean these tools. There's some solvent in that bottle on the shelf.
All right. Is there any special way to do it?
Huh? A special way? No, Jack. Clean them however you want to. There's no special way. Come on, Jack. You can stop for a while. It's time for a break.
Thanks.
Don't thank me, son. You're doing a good job. It's time for a cup of coffee, or whatever you want. Oh, and after the breaks, I want you to go to the supply room and get me a few things, okay?
Sure.
Good. I need a can of striped paint, a rubber hammer and a glass nail, a left-handed screwdriver, and a bucket of steam. Just tell them Brad sent you.
Hi there.
Hi there.
I'm here to get a can of striped paint.
A what? What are you talking about?
I was sent here to pick up a can of striped paint.
And what wise guy told you to do that?
Brad. Brad Hogg.
Oh, Brad Hogg. I see. What color stripes would you like?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'd better ask him.
I suppose he told you to get a right-handed screwdriver, too.
No, he wants a left-handed one.
Think about what you're saying. Just stop and think.
But Brad said, oh, yeah, excuse me.
What took you so long, Jack?
Well, the supply room didn't have what you wanted, so I filled out a requisition form and took it to the president's office. You've been here so long that I'm sure he'll approve whatever you need.
It's time to learn new vocabulary.
Contagious refers to a feeling or disease that spreads quickly among people.
Bugs refers to a mistake or problem in the way something works.
Treasure, to take great care of something because you love it or consider it very valuable.
Worthwhile means useful or helpful enough to be a suitable reward for the money or time spent or the effort made.
Thrill refers to a feeling of great excitement and pleasure.
Camaraderie refers to a friendly feeling toward people with whom you share an experience or with whom you work.
Envy means to wish that you had something that another person has.
Drudge refers to a person who has to work hard on boring tasks and who is not respected by other people.
Solvent refers to a liquid in which another substance can be dissolved.
Requisition refers to a formal or official request for something needed.
That's it for today. Hope you found this podcast useful.
We'll upload more podcasts for different levels soon, so
Like the video and subscribe, because more useful podcasts are on the way.
see you in our upcoming podcasts.
Have a nice time.